Hey there, fellow gardeners. Before we dive in, if you're passionate about growing your garden smarter, not harder, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss our practical tips. Also, drop a comment below sharing the biggest gardening challenge you've faced. It helps us all learn together. Today, I want to share what I wish I knew before starting my own garden. Lessons that would have saved me months of trial and error, piles of wasted money, and endless hours of guesswork. Whether you're just planting your first seed or you've been tending beds for years, these insights will change the way you approach your garden forever. The very first thing I wish I had done properly was test my soil. I used to think adding compost randomly and watering generously was enough, but soil is the foundation of everything. Get a simple soil test kit, or send a sample to a local extension service. You need to know your soil's pH, texture, and nutrient levels. For example, tomatoes thrive in slightly acidic soil around 6.2 to 6.8 pH. If your soil is too alkaline, adding elemental sulfur can gradually lower it. If it's sandy and drains too quickly, mixing in 30% compost or well-rotted manure can dramatically improve water retention and nutrient content. Understanding your soil saves time because you'll know exactly what amendments your plants need instead of blindly guessing. Another thing I wish I knew is the importance of planning for plant growth cycles and spacing. I once crammed a bed with too many plants, thinking I was maximizing space, only to end up with stunted, diseased crops. Learn each plant's spacing needs. Most vegetables need at least 12 inches between rows, while larger crops like pumpkins need 3 to 4 feet. Also, consider companion planting and rotation. Planting basil near tomatoes doesn't just smell nice, it can reduce pests naturally. Rotating crops yearly prevents soil depletion and reduces disease buildup. For instance, follow heavy feeders like corn with legumes such as beans to naturally replenish nitrogen. Planning like this keeps your garden healthy and reduces costly interventions later. I used to buy cheap tools thinking I could save money. Big mistake. A flimsy shovel or pruners that won't hold an edge costs more in frustration and wasted effort over time. Invest in a sturdy spade, a high-quality hand trowel, and sharp pruning shears. However, don't get trapped buying every gadget on the market. Focus on essentials first. For watering, a simple soaker hose paired with a timer can save hours compared to hand watering, and it prevents overwatering, which is a huge cause of root rot. Knowing which tools truly make your life easier keeps you from spending money on gimmicks and keeps your hands out of blisters. I can't stress this enough. Overwatering is the silent garden killer. I learned this the hard way, especially with seedlings. Most plants do better with deep, infrequent watering than with daily, shallow watering. For example, a 1-inch deep watering, once or twice a week, encourages roots to grow downward, creating more drought-resilient plants. Mulching with straw, wood chips, or even shredded leaves around your plants can reduce evaporation by up to 70%, keeping soil moist longer and cutting your water usage. Pairing smart watering with good soil preparation keeps plants thriving and saves both time and money on water bills. One of the biggest lessons I learned is to resist planting everything at once. I once tried to grow 50 varieties of vegetables in my backyard, and honestly, I ended up completely overwhelmed. Starting small allows you to understand what grows well in your environment, how to handle pests, and how much maintenance your schedule actually allows. For instance, start with one bed or just a few containers. Grow a few varieties of greens, tomatoes, and herbs, then gradually expand as you gain confidence. This stepwise approach really reduces wasted seeds, prevents overcommitment, and makes gardening sustainable year after year. No matter how careful you are, pests will find your garden. I used to panic when aphids or slugs showed up, but now I see them as a cue to adjust my care rather than a disaster. Introduce natural predators like ladybirds or nematodes and use physical barriers like netting or copper tape for slugs. Timing planting to avoid peak pest seasons also works. For example, sowing lettuce early in spring before slugs reach peak activity. Integrated pest management reduces the need for expensive chemicals and keeps your garden organically productive. Lastly, I wish I had kept detailed notes from the start. Track what you planted, when, how much you watered, fertilized, and how each crop performed. Even small notes help you predict challenges and replicate successes. For example, knowing that your cucumber variety struggled in partial shade but thrived in full sun can save you months of trial next year. This simple habit transforms gardening from a guessing game into a strategic, almost scientific practice. Gardening is a journey of patience, observation, and continuous learning. The mistakes I made early on taught me more than any book ever could, but I hope sharing them helps you skip the frustrating parts. By understanding your soil, planning carefully, investing wisely in tools, watering smartly, starting small, preparing for pests, and keeping records, you'll save yourself time, money, and effort while creating a thriving garden that you can enjoy for years to come. If this guide gave you practical tips you can actually use, make sure to subscribe to Evergreen Garden, hit the bell for notifications, and share this with fellow gardeners. Drop a comment below letting me know what gardening tip saved you the most time or money, and we'll keep learning together as a community. Your garden and your wallet will thank you for it.